Hello and welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. We're excited for the episode that we have coming to you today. Fresh new episode with Isaac Freeman from Twin Trimmers in Nashville, Tennessee. But the audio is not the best that we've ever done here on the show. I just want to go ahead and warn you that we had some internet issues and it wasn't the clearest. So there was some lagging involved every now and then. But for the most part, you can hear it pretty well. So I hope you enjoy the show. Let's stay tuned. Let's go ahead and hop right in. And, well, Isaac, just how you doing today, man? We'll just kind of go ahead and bring you in already.
I'm doing pretty good, Jeremiah. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. I'm excited to get you on here and kind of hear more about your story. We actually had the opportunity to meet at Signal Green. That was back in, man, when was that? September? Is that when that was?
Yeah, September, October, something like that.
Yeah, it was back early or late 2021, kind of in the fall there. But this interview has been a long time coming. I swear we both just had crazy schedules, and it's hard getting everything lined up, especially with y'all's busy schedule and ours as well. Just a lot of different things going a lot of different directions. But we finally got it lined up. We're going to be here, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, however far we get into conversation this thing goes. We'll see where we go and where it heads. But Isaac, I just kind of want to let you tell your story about Twin Trimmers and how that got started. That's a unique name there, and everybody's probably like, well, what does that name mean? If you follow them on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen them there on Instagram. They have a really cool Instagram page. So just kind of tell us about y'all's story and how you got started and kind of how you've grown the company.
All right, so me and my brother were in sixth grade. Our neighbors were actually moving to North Carolina, and before they even put their house on the market, they came over to us and was like, hey, would your sons be interested in just cutting our grass while we move to North Carolina? We're just going to move now, and hopefully it sells while it's on the market. So they went up and left, moved to North Carolina. They're family friends of ours, and me and my brother Luke decided to just cut the grass for them while they were moved there, while the house was on the market. And then one thing led to another, and here I am today, I guess you could say. But we just started off, we picked up a few neighborhood yards in the neighborhood. We had a little Troy-built push mower and a two-wheeled wheelbarrow that we put a little handheld blower in, and a weed eater brand, like curved shaft weed eater from Tractor Supply.
Oh, man.
And that thing was
humble beginnings.
Yeah, for real. And just put some gas cans in there, and one of us would push the mower, and then the other one would push the wheelbarrow. And then we saved up $200 and bought us another push mower, and then somebody was trying to push two push mowers up the hilly neighborhood. And here we are today with a couple of trucks, a couple of trailers, and a couple of guys. So.
Man, that is crazy how you got. I mean, it goes back to literally just like you said, the curved weed eater from Tractor Supply, and everything goes along with that. I mean, take us along. I mean, tell us a little bit about what was going through your head when he started cutting the yard. I mean, what age were y'all in? And obviously y'all are twins, right?
Yeah. Me and Luke are identical twins. We're 20 years old now, so we were in sixth grade back then. I think we were probably like around 12 or 13, maybe something like that.
Okay.
Then, but we only really cut like 2 or 3 yards, I guess, that first season, I guess you could say. But we've been in LLC since I'm technically a junior in college and on paper, but I'm like age-wise, I'm a sophomore. But so I guess we've been in LLC since we were a freshman or sophomore in high school. So going on about I guess 5 or 6 years now, we've been at LLC and paying taxes and doing all that stuff. So
yeah, done it right from almost the beginning. How does that set up? Since y'all are like twins, is it a partnership or is it? How does that whole thing work there?
It's a limited liability partnership. So
okay.
It's the same thing as LLC partnership with me and him both, I guess you could say.
All right. Kind of tell us a little bit about the I don't know, the world of kind of what goes on with that. And a lot of people say don't ever do partnerships. Partnerships are bad for you. You've kind of got a built-in partner. I mean, literally, you got a twin brother. I'm sure y'all I mean, y'all have done everything together growing up and stuff. So, like, how have y'all navigated those waters? And say as much or as little as you want, but like, have y'all ever had those tough conversations and like kind of had some arguments and disagreements on things where you want to take the company and how you spend money and things like that?
Yeah, so I guess it's been weird over the years. Sometimes it's been great. I guess it's all been a roller coaster, obviously, as it would be with working with your family, I guess. But started out great because me and him were both there at all times, like cutting all these yards, making really good money, and not like all the money was going in our pockets. We weren't having to, like, everybody else out there owns the company themselves, so they're always having to pay someone pretty much if they have help. Or like me and him were always each built-in help, I guess you could say, cutting a ton of yards, making a ton of money, just putting it all straight in our pockets. So it definitely crazy that way. I mean, whenever we graduated high school in 2020, and like the whole COVID year and all that craziness. But whenever we graduated from high school, he runs cross country and track. We live about 20 minutes north of Nashville, pretty close to James Shields, as a lot of you guys probably all know him. And he went to a school east of Nashville, pretty much. It's called Cumberland University, and he runs cross country and track there. And I actually went to school online, so all my college is online. So whenever that happened, he kind of, like, he goes to school in person, lives on campus there. So he has his own thing out there pretty much now. So I'll be like, somebody will call the company number from Lebanon, and I'll be like, here's Luke's number. He runs the whole Lebanon route, is what I pretty much say, because I'll go out there and do all his sprinkler stuff because he doesn't really know much about sprinklers. But other than that, he does all the lawn care landscaping out there by himself, and he'll have some buddies help him out here and there. But most of the time, he does it all by himself out there. And then here in Goatsville, which is where I guess like our head operations, I guess you could say, it's I pretty much run the whole operation here, and it's me and 4 full-time guys and then 4 part-time guys. And I've got an interview on Monday to add another full-time guy, and then I'm supposed to have another part-time guy want to come on in about 2 weeks. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But
yeah, I feel like everybody right now is going through hiring struggles. Spring rush is here. Everybody's super busy, but it's the same old thing as always. It's always hard to find help, but it's even harder now than ever. Does Luke work solo up there? Does he have a crew up there with him? How does he do that route?
So no, he pretty much works solo at all times. He'll grab, like, he'll ask me if one of the guys can jump off, come help him for a little bit or something like that. But they all still get payrolled for the hours they get with him and all that stuff. But I mean, if he needs help, I don't mind lending him a hand too, just whenever I have time. But right now it's crazy. I don't have time to help them all. But our part-time guys, I want to touch on this. We've done something a little different, I guess, than anybody. All of our part-time guys all of them, 3 of them are seniors and one of them's junior. That's the high school I went to. They're all just buddies or brothers of guys that worked with me over time or still work here. But they all get out of school at 2:00 because they have like 1:30. So they come to work at 2:00 and they'll usually work till about 7:00. They actually just got off. I was helping them tonight, so it's about 7:00 for a little time.
Yeah. It's 7:00 where you are, and it is, let's see here, 4:59. So it's 6:00 where I am, or no, 5:00 where I am. We are out in California and are actually gotta get some work done while out here. So I was like, let's bang out this podcast, and I am looking outside my window at the beautiful sunny mountains of San Francisco. So it's been a cool trip, but so that's really cool. How have y'all managed like the part-time and the full-time? Like, what is, y'all are still pretty young. I mean, honestly, like, you've been in business for years, so you probably got a lot under your belt, more so than even some older guys. But like the whole hiring process and like deciding when to take a guy on from part-time to full-time. How have y'all kind of navigated those waters? And I mean, where have you had mentors that you've learned from? Have y'all just learned from? Have you self-taught? How have y'all learned that stuff?
I guess it's kind of weird going from like part-time to full-time, because like all these guys started when they were sophomores or juniors in high school. So I guess whenever the summers they would all work full-time, and then they have to go right back to part-time whenever they hit the fall. But as soon as they graduated high school, they would come straight to work for me. Like one of my full-time guys who graduated early, so he's technically still a senior, but he graduated in December, so he's worked full-time this year, and he's working full-time the whole year and for the foreseeable future. So I guess that part's been kind of weird, but like, just because I don't really have to transition everybody, they just kind of transition whenever they get out of school. But and then they'll just come on full time. I mean, it's been really easy to get guys, I feel like. I mean, I know people are like, I don't know, like the hiring thing, and it is hard. Like,
but
for me, Like I have like so many. All my guys are young. I'm 20. Everybody's either 20 or 19 or 18.
Yeah,
So it's a big, like, it's a niche group, I guess you could say. But
100%. There's a lot of people that would be jealous of that.
yeah. And I guess on the mentor side, I haven't really had any mentors on hiring, I guess, but a big one mentor of mine is Coy's. It's called Coy's Lawn and Landscape. They're here in Goatsville as well, but they run about 35 employees and they have 8 maintenance crews and I have 8 maintenance Isuzus and then 2 F450s with skids on them that does like environmental work and stuff like that. So he's been a big mentor of me. I talk to him all the time, and he's actually an NCAA ref on the side. So if you ever watch March Madness, you'll see him.
Oh man, I need to come up there and talk to him because that's what I want to be doing here in 5 to 10 years. So we need to make that connection.
Yeah, he makes pretty good money reffing is what he tells me. So
Yeah. From what I've heard and kind of the research that I've done, it can be pretty lucrative if you're good and you get to that level. You got to move on up the ranks to get there, but once you do, you're doing pretty good. So man, and it's just really cool to me to see how you've kind of grown and prospered over the high school years. And you're in a niche market, so like we're kind of in the same boat there in that. I've coached high school basketball for the past 5 years, so I've had this high school labor pool that we can always pull from because guys that play basketball for me would want to come work for the summer, and so it hasn't been a problem hiring guys. We're doing that this year too. So, and the good thing for you is I feel like you're going to have those connections, even guys younger than you, for a while. You're going to have that pool to pull from, if that makes sense.
yeah, for sure.
So. You're blessed. A lot of people would be very, very jealous of that. But so the college route. Let's talk about that for a second. You and your brother are both in college. You said he's running cross country. What is the reasoning behind going to college? I guess per se, because y'all already had a big company coming out of high school. Are you getting business degrees? Do you want to sell the company like pretty soon? Is that not your long term goals? What are the long term company goals? But then also, like, what is the reason for college?
So I guess in Tennessee, well, the reason he went to college is because he got a big scholarship and he loves running, but also in Tennessee, you get 2 years free college. That's why I went to, if you go to a community college. So that's what I ended up doing. I went to a community college here, just not too far from my house, and I was able to do it all online because of COVID. Then once I finished that, which I graduated early in December, I was like, I might as well just finish getting my full degree. My degree currently is a double major in business admin and finance because I like dealing with numbers, but I can't sit behind a desk for the rest of my life, so I will not be an accountant or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing a program where I don't have like any summers off or anything, so I'll be done with school whenever. Like he'll start his senior year August of 2023, and I'll be finished with my bachelor's degree in August of 2023. So,
Okay,
but I guess
so you're just taking it to like implement it in the company.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not really sure exactly what the company will like look like. I guess the 5-year vision or something like that. Right now, he just really does it on the side just to like make some extra money. But this is like my full time thing. Like I do homework every night after working all day. I work just like all you guys working a full time job. So a full time job and more, working from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. But I guess my long term goals is once I graduate from college in August. At the beginning of next year, I'm actually going to try and go into the Nashville Fire Academy. So I actually know the chief really well. So my plan is to try and get in the academy next year and hopefully become a Nashville firefighter, and then maybe own this on the side and keep running and having my foreman run this. I have a foreman that's really good friends with me that runs the mowing crew right now, but maybe he'll keep running this. Maybe I'll start another venture or something like that on the side. But I guess we'll kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, no, that's really cool, and I think that I'm interested to see how that goes for you. But I think you're going to prosper in that because from what it sounds like is because even when y'all were in high school, y'all had the company. Did y'all have other guys that worked? So have y'all hired older guys than y'all that worked when y'all were in school, or has it always been y'all and like guys younger than y'all that are in school with you?
So I've had guys older than me, but they've never worked whenever I was in school, I guess you could say. Like
Okay.
I've had a 28-year. I don't really think I've had anyone like over the age of like 35, I guess.
Okay.
So they've all been like, I don't know. I kind of want to be like the manager. I kind of want to like feel like I have authority, which I don't.
Yeah.
I could definitely 40 figure to like a 45-year-old if I needed to be, but
Yeah, it's a lot harder.
Oh yeah, and especially if they worked in landscaping for like 20 years, like they're not gonna want to listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, yep. That's 100% right. But y'all have delegated. I feel like that's where I was going. Is if you do get to the point where you go to the fireman to be a firefighter or down that route, and you don't want to be in the company every single day. You've already, like you said, you've already had a foreman that does he run without you? I'm assuming some. I mean, and so
Yeah,
you're already delegating to him.
yeah, they actually ran without me pretty much every single day last year, and I've kind of stuck my foot back in the door this season just to kind of be there whenever I need to. Like they still do a lot of the mowing by themselves, but I guess I'm kind of like running the second crew, pulling guys here, and like I'm trying to have two guys with me and two guys on the mow crew as much as possible, just because, especially this time of the year, we have so many landscaping projects.
Yeah.
But we have some big properties. So this year, I've talked to Jeremiah at Signal Green. We had a big property we've had for, this is the third season we've had it. And then we actually got one this year that's twice the size of it. It's 34 acres. You guys probably saw it on I posted on Instagram today for the first time in months, but it is insane. It takes forever to cut it, but it takes about 6 guys. Well, right about 7 hours to cut the whole thing. There's not much weeding though. It's pretty much just mowing 16 inches the entire time. And they have two Exmark lasers used there in their shop that they like let us use. So
Good.
that was that was a crazy pickup this season, and our schedule was not ready for that, but I got
You can't say no to that.
Yeah, I got the referral from a good friend of mine. He was actually going to the construction side of things, like just doing construction, not like hardscape, just construction in general. So and the client is awesome. He actually just sold his company to NASA like 2 months ago. Yeah, so their property is beautiful, and that's where we're laying probably 60 yards of mulch total today and tomorrow.
Oh man! Now are y'all still wheelbarrowing and just dump and using anything like that, or have y'all gone to like Mulchmate or Cartmate or anything like that?
I haven't bit the bullet on those yet, but I definitely need to.
Oh man, you need to get a Cartmate like yesterday, buddy. I got one of those last week. That is literally the best. That's the best investment I think I've ever made in my company. It's one of them at least. When it just comes to moving stuff, man, I didn't realize how inefficient wheelbarrows are.
Yeah, right now we just have a dump trailer, and then we'll have about 6-7 wheelbarrows going all the time.
Yeah.
And then we'll just put on the dump trailer and just kind of dump it out as we go. It's definitely quick, but I'm not going to spend 60 or 70 grand on a mulch mitt, but maybe one that goes on like the bed of the truck or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I'm the same boat. And if you have a dump trailer, then I don't really see. I mean, if you're doing a crap ton of mulch, then maybe. But the dump trailer is really that's huge. But my thing is like the Cartmate is honestly more beneficial to my company and probably to yours as well, because you can just stick it on the front of your mower and just zip it in and out of the beds with no labor involved, and you're going a lot faster than a guy pushing a wheelbarrow 3 hours in. That's where I see the benefit of it. But the dump trailer, I think having the dump trailer is huge. That's what I want to get. And I would like to have one of those by the end of this season if we could, because I've also thought about, and do people around y'all do this, like renting them out if you're not using them, like rent them out for like hauling garbage and stuff for other people?
I've seen it a few times. I honestly thought about like maybe getting a roll-off dumpster like a dump trailer or something like that.
Yeah.
But I never really. We actually got a dump trailer used from a construction company on Facebook, and we bought a couple things used, a couple things new. But that was definitely probably the best purchase that we've made for the company so far. It's just that dump trailer comes in handy more times than I can.
That's what I've heard everybody say. Like everybody I know that has one has said the same thing, and I keep wanting to pull a trigger so bad, but I'm like, man, that's a chunk of change. You know what I mean? And you've obviously seen how much inflation has ran them up through the roof. They're crazy expensive now.
I was looking at wheelbarrows today, and like $250 for like like Cobalt or whatever it is wheelbarrow. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they are crazy. And the thing is, at that rate, you're a quarter of the way to a Cartmate. Like, so that's my thing is like, I could spend $150 or $200 on a wheelbarrow, or I could just pull the trigger and spend $1,000 and get the Cartmate and not have to do any manual labor. And that's, man, it saved us so much time. But anyway, moving on from that, what kind of area y'all in when it comes to like is it a higher end area? I mean, I remember when we were up there was some pretty. I mean, you obviously got 40-acre property somewhere like that, so you probably got some higher end clients. What are y'all's like? man-hour rates, and you don't have to say exactly if you don't want to, but where y'all are at, what are y'all kind of getting per man-hour?
Okay, so I guess I know like I'm gonna refer to James Shields here for a second. James Shields works about 10 minutes north of Nashville, so the area he works in is kind of like the I don't know. It's not the nicer part of Nashville, I guess you could say. So
Yeah.
we're in the not the nice South Nashville is the nicest suburb of Nashville. We're in a pretty nice suburb, I guess you could say. We're about it's called Hendersonville, Gildsville area of Nashville. So there's a bunch of really nice homes. We have 40 acres, but that 40 acres is directly across the street from the nicest like neighborhood where like Diane Black is, and there's like $8 and $10 million homes in the back of there. So
Wow.
it's definitely crazy compared to like some neighborhoods, but we do a lot of work in the high end neighborhoods where like next to where I started push mowing those yards was a really nice neighborhood. We just kind of used to be able to walk to, and like we push mowing these nice yards with a Troy-Bilt push mower, and everybody else is out here on brand new lasers. He's cutting these like 6-inch fescue tall yards or whatever. But it was crazy. But I guess when it comes to the man hour rate, I usually charge like for my time. I'm usually out there. I don't know, like $120 a man hour, just because like I'm out there all the time. But when the guys are there, it kind of ranges based on what we're doing. I guess you can't get as high man hours obviously for the mowing. Like,
Yeah.
I always wear, especially around here. There's always these like high school teachers coming out here with like cutting these yards for like $30. I'm like gritting my teeth, like how are you doing this? Like you're not paying insurance or any of that stuff. You're out here cutting all these yards for $30, undercutting everybody. But we still, I guess our cheapest mow is like $40, and then they range up all the way over to $1,000 from that big property. It's over $1,000. I won't say the number exactly, but it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's really cool, and I like that. Like I said, you don't have to say everything there that y'all do. I mean, it's kind of a company thing, but I just like hearing rough numbers because it gives people an idea, kind of like maybe if you're near or around the area or the market, you can kind of, because I get that question all the time. What are you charging here? What are you charging there? What is your man hour rate? And so I like getting a few people on here every now and then and just kind of talking about that and trying to help some people out that are asking that and trying to figure that out. But
when it comes to charging for the guys, I guess you could say, depending on what they're doing, it's usually like, I don't know. I feel like it's anywhere from like $50 to $100 a man hour, but I feel like the middle is usually around like $80 a man hour, something like that. It just depends on like how nice a property, like not how nice, but like exactly what kind of work you're doing. Like obviously you'll get more man hour rates, like doing like mulch and hardscape. I mean, like we'll do like some walkways and stuff like that. So we'll get higher man hours on that compared to mowing. But I feel like the mowing's maybe even around like the $50 a man hour rate, which isn't that great, but I mean it's better than some.
Yeah, oh, for sure, it's better than some. That's and that's huge. What I think that's actually a point you should hit on is if you're out there and you're kind of young in business or you're trying to figure this thing out, maybe you're part time going full time, trying to figure out how you want to grow and you taking on more projects, bigger projects. Something you got to remember, and I've started really thinking about implementing more into my company this year is the fact that you shouldn't be cutting a yard for the same rate that you're spreading mulch, because the amount of actual physical labor that goes into spreading mulch is way more than standing there mowing or weeding in a yard. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yes, for sure. I wish I could aerate yards all season and make like $250 a pop for 15 minutes, but you know, it doesn't really work out that way.
Yeah, I know. Do y'all do a big aeration schedule?
Oh yeah, we have a Ryan stand-on aerator that we knock out aerations crazy fast. But it's definitely aeration is where the money is at. Like the fall time, it's like the spring rush, but I feel like profit margins are even higher in the fall because of the aerations themselves. I mean, leaf cleanups suck. Don't get me wrong. I hate doing leaf cleanups, honestly. We have a leaf loader that.
No, you, me both.
Our leaf loader is like a pull behind leaf loader I bought when I was like, I don't know, 16, so like 4 years ago, and it's been giving me some problems over the fall. So, and we have that dump trailer, so we'll hook it up. It's like 2 trailers, the dump trailer and we got a little hitch on the back of the dump trailer with the leaf loader on it, and it definitely makes leaf cleanups a breeze when it works.
Yeah, when everything works the way it should.
Yes.
Well, that nothing ever goes as planned. Like nothing. Oh, I hate leaves. Green grass is here. We are talking about mowing and blowing and everything like that. Forget leaves. We still got 8 months where we have to do that again.
Best leaf season best leaf setup I've had is whenever me and Luke were like, I don't know, seniors in high school. We had a old 2002 Chevy it was a crew cab long bed we put a dump insert on it and built a huge box and mounted that leaf loader on the back of it. And that
Yep.
thing was sweet. You could walk down a driveway, no trailer or nothing, and just you get, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 yards of leaves in there, and it's just on the back of the truck. So it was really nice.
So let me ask you this, since we are on the leaf topic. Do most of y'all's leaves fall like all at once, or do you do multiple leaf cleanups on a property? Because like down where we are, and we're just a few hours south of y'all, but like all of our leaves fall over the course of like 2.5 months. So like we can't wait until all the leaves are down to do leaf cleanups because people want them cleaned up before that. So like how do y'all do that?
Our year clients, we have a lot of year-on contracts actually on like commercials and residentials and all that stuff. But we usually do like 3 leaf cleanups, which is just absurd that I'm saying that because it's crazy. Because you'll do the leaves and then like 2 days later, it looks like the front yard you didn't even do anything.
Exactly.
Sometimes like people want them cleaned up. I mean, if you do wait till the very end, they're all like the ones from the start are all matted in the grass, and it makes it way harder. So we usually end up doing 2 or 3 on most of the properties that have those on the contracts, or just if we get a call, I'm like, if someone calls me like the end of November, can you come clean up my leaves? My answer is usually no. We already like close our setup up because I'm not going to go out there and spend 4 hours blowing them out of each individual like blade of grass from where they've just let them get rained on for 2 months, or let it snow once and it all just be matted in there. So
I'm in the same boat. Do y'all get a lot of snow where you're at? Do you get a pretty decent amount?
I don't know. The last 2 years we've just so I guess 2021 snow. We always get snow at the beginning. So January, February, 2021 snow. We got a bunch of. We had two weeks of just straight like foot of snow. It was crazy. And then the same thing happened this year. We had like 2 weeks of snow, and then we had a random like week of snow and another random week of snow. So I guess we'll get like, I feel like if we get 2 good storms, it's people go nuts. Like you can't get anything from the grocery or anything like that. But where we keep all of our equipment right next to us, there's a guy that's a national firefighter actually that does forestry mulching on the side. So he has a skid steer that he'll let me use whenever I need it. And we use his skid steer trailer to go get like 5 pallets of sod during the summer, stuff like that. He's a really cool guy, but especially for the snow removal stuff, he'll let me use his track skid steer any time and day. And he'll just be like, here's a key. He literally put a key at our shop and was like, take it anytime you need it. So that worked out well for snow removal. And we have all of our commercials, like it's on the contract, but it's per push. So I've never really ventured into per hour unless people call me. It's usually like man hour rate is either anywhere from $90 to $150. Depends on how crazy it is, but.
Yeah, and I know nothing about snow, literally nothing about snow. So I'm not the guy to ask advice for on that. But I always like hearing, especially guys like you, kind of like in between areas. You do some here and there, and it's cool hearing how you navigate those waters.
Yeah, the money is in salting though. I got a salter at the end of last snow season from like our Tri-Grain dealership. I didn't even know they had Snow X, but they had like a tailgate salter on like the end of March. They clearance like for like $500, and it was like a $2,000 like spreader, which for what it is, if that was $2,000, I would never buy it. But it just wired up. It just, instead of wiring it up to like the truck battery under my hood, I just got went to O'Reilly's, got a battery. Then I have an extended cab. One of our work trucks is an extended cab, so I just ran the wiring just through the extended cab like flap window, put the controller on the dash, and I was going to town salt and parking lots all winter long.
Hey man, it's whatever works, whatever you can find to make a dollar. I mean. That's insane.
I definitely but charging like $70 for a bag of salt because no one can. Every time we have a snowstorm, no one has salt. So like I usually buy like 3 pallets in the fall, have plenty of salt, charge like $70 a bag to put it down. It takes me like literally 5 minutes to salt the parking lot because of that spreader. So that's definitely been a good investment for when we get snow.
Yeah. Well, you got to be prepared for when it does happen. I mean, that's the thing is. Like you're saying, if you're not prepared, then you're left in the dust, and you're not going to make any money. So it's cool that you're doing that from the beginning and preparing. Well, man, we're already sitting at 30 minutes here. Like I said, I want to be respectful of your time. I don't want to hold you too late tonight. I know you had a full day, but before we wrap this thing up, what is something? I mean, do you have a piece of advice that you could leave anybody with? Maybe some young guys out there in high school that are just grinding away and trying to figure out what they want to do, or maybe they're trying to start cutting a lawn or something. How do they trying to get into it? What is some advice you would give them if you could go back and do it all over again?
I think the biggest piece of advice that I could give is just like always be nice to people and like just be who you are, and people will see that for who you are and do the work like put your name on every single job that you do, like every piece of mulch that you put down, like put your name on that, because it'll come back in a good way for sure. Like I'm not sure if you guys or people listening are Christians or not, but I've gone to church. I grew up at a church for probably 15 years of my life, and then we actually don't go to church there anymore. But I've met people just going to church for a big company like boy. I mean, it's all about like just shake as many hands as you can and do the best job that you can, because as long as you do a good job, they'll refer you to anyone, everyone. And we've got a lot of commercial clients that way and a lot of big clients that way, just by doing the work and putting a name with a face and shaking their hand and doing what you say you'll do. So that's my advice, is just be nice to everyone, shake their hand, tell them your name, and tell them you own a landscape company, and they'll call you up and refer you to all their friends.
Yeah, 100%. So, audio, we kind of been lagging through this episode. If you're still with us, thanks for listening. So, essentially, what you were saying through there is, you Christian, grew up in church, and at church you always just shook hands with people, made friends with the right people, put your name on your projects, and you were trustworthy. You did the right thing, and I think that's something that a lot of people out there don't do anymore, and it's something that should be done. And if you want to be a successful business owner, now that's just part of it. That's something that you got to do. So. Well, Isaac, I really appreciate your time. Where can everybody find you on social media if they want to go reach out to you?
You can follow us on Instagram at twin_trimmers. And we also have a YouTube channel that's probably hasn't been touched in like 3 years. And I have like a really high pitched voice, but it's Twin Trimmers Lawn Care on YouTube too. If you want to go check that out.
Hey man, I mean it's all good wherever they can find you. That's the biggest deal, is wherever they can find good content, whether it's a year old or 3 years old. So you heard it here, guys. Go check him out on Instagram and on YouTube. We'll throw his Instagram in the show notes today for everybody to go check out. I really appreciate your time, Isaac, and everybody else listening in. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. And I'm just excited for where the show's going, excited for the spring ahead. We're in the spring, man. You're saying spring rush is crazy. It's been a crazy time navigating all this and growing. I think everybody's companies are growing and prospering, and it's really awesome to see on Instagram and everywhere else on YouTube, doing more work, making more money, becoming more successful in business and in life. So thank you to everybody who's listening in. If you would, share the show, leave a rating and review. That really helps the show and boosts us out there to reach a bigger community so we can continue to grow one relationship at a time. And oh man, I almost forgot, Isaac. My final question is, I try to ask all my interviews this, and I forget sometimes, but I didn't forget today. What is your why? I always like hearing what is your why?
I think my why, especially right now, is just like I just love helping others. I love just being able to give all of my guys a job, wake up every morning, do what I love, and just, I don't know, be around people that I love, work around people that I love, and just help everyone around me and do whatever I can to put the glory of God before myself.
Awesome, man. I love it. There's always, everybody's got a different answer, and I always love hearing and tuning in to what everybody's answer is, and that's a really good one right there. That's one of the top answers we've had. So thank you again, Isaac, for your time today. I hope you have a great afternoon, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
See y'all. Well, guys, thank you again for tuning into the episode. If you would, like and share the show. Share us on Instagram. We'd love to repost it. Let us know you're listening, and we'd love to catch up down the road. So anyway, without any further ado, that's going to wrap this episode up, and we can't wait to catch everybody here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram, or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.